Welcome back. Welcome back for another episode with Phone Flippings for Dummies. This is episode number 2. It's your boy Josh Holiday.
And Eric Rosalvato,
How you doing today, man?
what's up, dude? I see you got a black T-shirt on, just like me.
Yes, sir. This might be on the
I
thing. We might have to do this again.
know. You just need to get a mustache too, okay?
I'm gonna
And
try.
it can be
I got a lot.
the mustache amigos.
How's been going today?
Mm, it's pretty good, dude. It was we had a lot going on the beginning of this month, and it's now March already. So I guess we're in another month. But February was a bit wild, so we were dealing with some issues with the business, and that are all settled and handled now. And but it was a bit of a trying time. So going into March, oh, it feels so good. Like we've gotten the ball rolling. This last week was a killer week after being literally we weren't working for almost 3 weeks. So just closed the last week of March like killer revenue. I think we did like 75,000 or
That's what's up,
maybe a
man.
little bit more. Um, and that was with plenty of hiccups too. So it wasn't like we didn't have our ads going for like 2 days, and then we had some capital issues just getting money stuck places. And but all in all, I mean, we have a really good system going, and that's the great thing about what I've built over the last year is that I spent so much time getting the individual systems in place to work well. And although we had some really good months and like some really bad months, overall we're so set up to just boom in this next year. And that's like when you're talking about business, that is the piece that a lot of people miss is setting up systems
Yeah,
so that when you start to grow, you can grow well and you can grow fast. It's not a bad thing to grow slow, but sometimes if you wait and you set things up first, then you can get like a really big boom, and you can handle it. And that's really what you want. You want to be able to 10x your business. It's like
yeah,
when
for
people
sure.
talk about 10xing, it's like you don't just like do that overnight. Like that's you have to prepare to do something like that. So I'm very excited for this year. It's gonna be great.
That's what's up. I'm also excited for March as well. My business has definitely been overflowing. Everything has been going better and better. I actually did 1,500. I did 1,500 in profit in a week, and
Nice.
just kind of starting from where I started at and kind of getting things back to normal. Like things is definitely getting really good, really better, and I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, that's my baby boy.
Family life, man.
No, it's all good. And like I said, you guys, like, just being a father, this is game changing. Just being a parent in general, phone flipping is like game changing, especially when you get to the level of Eric is at and you start automating it. That's why it's also so important because Eric is able to spend a lot of time with his family and you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point. Like that's what you want to really work towards and things like that.
Hmm.
So I'm definitely looking forward to March. I think in March I'm going to do 5 figures in profit. Not 5 figures. I think I'm gonna do high 4 figures in profit. You know what I'm saying and things like that. And I'm gonna get back to automating things, kind of like Eric is and things like that, and just um, working on something one thing at a time, one thing at a time. And I just want you guys to understand, and I'm glad we're able to talk about this because it is levels to it. It is levels of where you can start and where you can finish and where you can even grow from there and there and there. What you want to talk about today, man?
Absolutely. Today we're going to go over how do you actually price your devices. So this is one finding, so sourcing devices, and we're not talking about using paid ads. This will just be you personally going out and sourcing your devices and not having hot leads come to you.
That's what's up.
Um, and that's this is the piece that you need to know
Yeah,
to actually get devices and actually make money, right? So what we're looking at here is like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, things like that. And then there's two different ways to sell your items. You can sell them yourself locally on eBay, which is what Josh is going to be focusing on. And then there is selling to a direct buyer like myself. And that's what I will get to show you guys a little bit about. And so this is the fun part because this is where we really get started and
and
show you
real
guys
quick,
how
you
to
guys, real
make the
quick,
money.
go ahead and join our group meet. It's absolutely free. We're gonna drop all the links to the YouTube video. That way, you got direct access. Go ahead and subscribe and like and comment anything that you guys want us to talk about. If we're not giving enough game, let us know so we could give even more game, because the purpose of this is we literally want to be the channel to where you can make money. Like, we want you to be able to take this information and go and do it and make money. Like, we really want to help people make money. So check the description. Go ahead and join that group. It's absolutely free for a limited time right now. And that way you got direct access to us. We plan on going on live in that group for that private community, and just really just being able to engage with you guys even more and just share more game.
Yep. Cool. Do you want to start? Do you want to start off, or do you want me to go first?
What we can do is let's find a phone. Let's find a phone on Facebook
Cool.
Marketplace, and then we could kind of go from there. You want to share your screen and
Yep. Let me exit the full screen here. I have to actually get my Facebook pulled up because I didn't have it ready.
That's cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and find a phone, and let's go ahead and do it. Eric might be dropping some gems for us today, guys. Let's see how he does it.
Pull up Facebook real quick, and then I will
How many
share.
tattoos do you have, Eric?
A lot. I just started. I'm working on my. I just got my upper piece of my right sleeve started, so I have to go back in and get color done and get the rest of the line work in. Let me see. What is this stuff? Receive a code. Oh, I hate when it does this. I try to log in. This is me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, there we go. I'm in. I got nervous for a second. Sometimes it like doesn't let me get in, and I'm like, what the heck? All right, so I need to go to Facebook Marketplace real quick. Sorry, I don't want to like show me my personal stuff. Okay, cool. Share screen. All right. How are we looking? Can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, I can see it. We see it.
All right, cool. All right, so this is when you're only looking at phones. I remember when I remember when all I would see on today's picks was just phones, iPads, MacBooks, and a lot of the times when you're searching for phones and other devices every single day, Facebook will just start to recommend what they think you're looking for. And a lot of times I'll see profit deals just boom pop up right then and there. And when you're looking at it enough and you're doing it every single day, you can't help but just see money. It's like it's just showing itself. So I'll usually go through here. Right now I'm looking at all I don't do a lot of Facebook market reach outs anymore. So I have all kinds of random things on here. But if usually this would be all just electronics, all of it. So I will usually go through and see the picks or the today's picks for me. I'll go through that first, and then I will head into search, and I will search marketplace, and we're going to look for pick a phone, Josh.
iPhone 13 Pro Max. Those are my favorites.
All right.
Right before the SIM card just left us.
Yep. So I go on here, and so it's tough with Facebook because it'll have within 60 miles. So let's see if we can. Sometimes it'll still show you things. I'm going to go to. We're going to go. I will go to 40 miles because I've driven an hour or so to go pick up phones. I used to drive to Clarksville actually. When I first started, I found a woman on OfferUp, and she had phones, and she'd have phones like every 2 or 3 weeks. She'd have a couple phones, and so I was just going and picking them up. I'd drive 45 minutes, grab those. I'd look for a couple other deals, either look for a deal on the way, or I'd look for a deal around that area, and I would try and go pick up another 1 or 2 items. So
if you want it, you're gonna make the money, you guys. And I really
100%.
want you guys to understand that. Like, a lot of people want to make money in this. A lot of people, it is easy, but it will require some work. And that's us telling you, like, that's the little work that you may have to do. And just wanted to say real quick, a lot of people may be like, well, I can't drive to Clarksville. That's an hour away. an hour away to make $100 in profit. Like, let's think
or
about
more.
you
Usually I was
know what
making
I'm
300-400 on those. When you're driving, you're making trips like that. That person's usually desperate and they'll usually take a really good deal,
saying? A really good deal.
you know?
You know? And
So
exactly.
100%, 100%. Got to be willing. I know a lot of people that try to get into this industry and they just want to like have everything done. Especially now, like I have easy phone flipping, right? So with Easy Electronics, we offer completely do it done for you ads and closing. So we'll close all the deals for you and just send them wherever you want them to be. So with stuff like that being out today, a lot of people try to skip it and just go, well, I just don't want to, I want to drive. I just want people to come to me or like, whatever. And I'm, dude, like you can get there and get to that point. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to go out and find deals. But I have things set in place so that continues to happen.
Exactly.
So that we continue to bring phones in, without me having to drive all around all day. So, okay, I switched it to 40 miles away. Let's see what we have. So it'll still, maybe if I refresh, it'll get rid of, I'm trying to get rid of the ones like that are in Knoxville. Clarksville. So that this is somebody's who has ads up right here. Okay. This is a free ad. I probably actually know the person that's posting them.
Flag it.
I'm not gonna flag it. I know the person that's doing
Flag it.
it. So anyways, so we're looking at phones on here and we need to find out, okay, how much can I afford to pay for the phone and make a profit, right? Because all we're seeing here is a bunch of different phones, different conditions, ads. And we need to know how much we can pay. So for me, I have two ways of doing this. There's the eBay route, which is if you're going to be selling it on eBay, you're going to be selling it locally. You can look and see what that item is currently selling for and then deduct what you want to make in your fees and things. I'm going to show you the direct buyer route. And that is me looking at a direct buyer sheet and seeing what they will pay for that item. Some of them have sheets, some of them don't. We're going to be using the sheet method. So they've got a sheet. They say, this is what I pay for these items. So for the 13 Pro Max, we'll do unlocked and carrier locked.
You can get a direct buyer sheet in our group me. Just want to let
Yep.
you know that. Join the group me.
Okay.
You can get it for absolutely free. And this is a game changer, you guys. So join that
Sure
group
is.
me so you can receive this direct buyer sheet so you can have somebody to sell your phone to.
Yep. So we have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. So we're going to go to that section. This buyer has everything. This is our company, so that I work for. And this shows everything that they buy on here. And you can see there's tabs down below for, we're looking at used phones, but if it's brand new in box, if it's an iPad, Apple Watch, et cetera, different buyers will buy different things. Some people will buy a lot more than others. So let's see, 13 Pro Max, we're 256 gigabyte. All right, so direct buyers paying $470 on those for a 256 gigabyte in B grade. B grade is your average everyday used device. Okay, so that's normal wear and tear. There can be light scratches on it if you can feel it with your fingernail. It's usually gonna be a C grade or just a heavy scratch deduction.
Cool.
Potentially a B minus, but we're looking at the B grade price, $470. So that means that we can spend about $400 on that device. Now I'm going to take you another sheet that we can provide you guys if you're in the group me. But this is my personal sheet for Nashville Buybacks, which is my local business. This is our local brand name. We are merged with Easy Electronics, but we retain Nashville Buybacks. So this is my business that I originally started. Okay, so I have everything priced to be 20% below what I can sell it for to Easy Electronics or to an average US buyer. Okay, and I have buyers that pay above that because I am also a wholesale buyer, so I buy from other flippers. But this gives me a good idea of about what I can make. So you guys would know if I buy at this price, I'm going to make a 20% profit margin. So 375 B grade is what I would typically be looking to pay if I was on the streets. Sometimes you can get it cheaper. Sometimes you need to go a little bit higher.
Yep.
I always say if you can make at least $50 of profit, that's a good deal, right? That is, if it takes you an hour of your time, make $50, that's awesome. Imagine if you picked up 5 of those in a day. Now you're at $250. Or if you make that, in this case, you'd be making $95. I think we could sell for $470, and we're spending $375. So that's $95. That's pretty good. And when you look at that 20% margin mark, the more you spend, the larger your margin is, the larger your profit is. So on a more expensive item, if I'm doing a deal, I want to be spending more. I don't want to try to spend the cheapest amount possible unless I'm lowballing them. But in general, if they have 4 phones and let's say I'm not making 20 and I'm making just, 15%, but I'm making $50 to $75 on each phone, that stuff adds up real quick. And you can get into it with people where they have literally, I've sat there with families of people who all just upgraded their phones, and 3 or 4 of them are there, all family members, mom, a dad, 2, 3 kids, and I'm buying all of their old phones, and I'm buying $1,800 worth of phones.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that type of stuff happens, and you can find that on Facebook Marketplace. When you start telling people, I will buy all of the phones that you have, you'll see people on here that will say, traded in our old phones, we're selling these $300, whatever. And they might have it posted up for $700 a piece, but you come at them and say, look, I can take all 3 of them. Most people aren't coming and buying 3 phones. So if you see somebody posting up all of their own phones, they're likely going to have to sell one of them at a time. So when you come in and say, I'm going to buy them all from you, I've got cash right now.
Yep.
You might get them down $300. Some people will be really stubborn, but you can get them way down. So this is how I go about it. If you don't have the Nashville buyback sheet, if you don't have the fire sheet at 20% margin,
That's the fire sheet.
If you don't have that's what we call it. That's what me and my employees, that's what I've always said. But you look at the fire sheet or the 100 sheet. So I would go, I'm going to do on this 15 Pro Max here. Okay. It says $845. So I would take my phone out. I'd go to my calculator app and I would put $845 in there. Okay. And I'd multiply that by 0.2. And that's going to basically give me my 20% profit margin that I would want to make. Boom. $169 profit, right? Now, if you want to find what I'm going to pay, we can just reverse it and go 845, multiply it by 80%, because we're going to make the 20% margin. We're going to pay them the 80%. I'd multiply that by 0.8. So 0.8, I multiply that by, and that gets me, I would pay about $676 for that device. Okay.
I like how you did that, Eric. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I like how you
Oh, you're
did.
good.
I think my friend, one of my students, Nathan, used to do it like that, and I never
Okay.
understood it until you just did it, and that is really smart and just simple. Simple, you guys.
100%.
Like straight to the point, simple. This is how much I need to pay: $676. And also, like Eric said, sometimes depending on who it is, depending on if they have multiple devices, depending on the situation, it's okay if you have to go to 700 because that's still $145 in profit. So use your judgment, use your common sense when you are pricing your devices and things like that. Okay.
And I'll even go, so like 676, right? Obviously, I'm going to round that up or down. But what I would do is I'd go like, oh, I could do 640. So I still have some cushion to go up and still hit my 20%. But I'll always ask. So like all my guys, my VAs, my closers, my Javon, when he's at the shop, we always ask first, what are you looking to get?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, they might come at you and you're willing to pay 600 and they'll just say 400.
Yes.
Like, I just want $400. It's like, okay,
Yes. I just
cool.
need my light bill paid. I just need my light bill paid.
Done deal. And if they appear to be desperate, some people just don't know what it's worth, and so they just say, give me $400 for it. If a person is genuinely desperate, I will do my best. Like, no, I don't take advantage of that person. Like I will. And I've lost money on stuff to help people out. I've had times when like people were genuinely desperate, and I didn't even want their item because it was so beat up or whatever, and I would just give them money and like keep your item. So you do get opportunities to give for sure. But anyways, okay, so that's pretty much it. We're not going to go over deductions and all that today. We just want to look at how to price our items. We can go into the different facets of pricing on a different, because that's like a whole nother, we got to get into C grade, what to look for, all that. We're going to do that on another time. This is just standard pricing of a device.
Join the group with me
That's
if you want to learn that on another
absolutely.
level. Join
And we
the
can give
group.
you both of these sheets.
Yep.
I can get you both of these sheets for free. So
That was definitely super informative. And now let's talk about the eBay side of things. And so we want to talk about like the eBay side as far as just pricing it so they could be able to resell it locally or on eBay or just resell it locally.
either one, and you can kind of just touch on the benefits of both. eBay is a little bit different. It has its uses for sure, and sometimes you can really crank out like weird items that you can make a lot of profit on. Um, and eBay, you just have a wider audience, like
Yeah.
people all over the world. If you do international shipping, people all over the world have access to see what it is that you're selling. And so sometimes you can sell items a lot faster on there, especially if it's a niche thing where it's like, okay, there could be nobody in the city of Nashville that wants this item at
Exactly.
all.
Exactly. No, and that's why like you have to have when you're really good at this, when you really understand the game, you know how to utilize both depending on the situation. I like to use eBay for my very beat up phones that are very beat up that may get deducted too heavy, but you can still make that money back on eBay. Or a lot of you guys may be starting out just learning this, just finding out like, okay, this is a side hustle that I could do, and you can actually use eBay to try to figure out, okay, cool, how much should I sell it for locally and how much could I resell it for locally if you're trying to do that type of vibe, right? So we can still, let's do iPhone 13 Pro Max still, right? So of course you have to come to eBay, make yourself an eBay account, and you pretty much just want to just type in exactly the phone that you're looking for. So if you're on Facebook Marketplace and you've been searching phones and you're stuck on how much this is worth, how much should I price it for, come to eBay. eBay is the godfather of pricing things. You know, you really cannot go wrong with that,
Oh, 100%.
especially if you don't have a direct buyers list and things like that, right? Because that's how I started off. To be honest, Eric, did you start off just using eBay and things like that?
I did.
You know,
And guessing.
just guessing, and eBay
I'm
gives you
like,
that.
this is worth
Exactly.
about this much.
Exactly. So we could do iPhone 13 Pro Max, right? And you do need to know the carrier if it's unlocked, carrier locked. So for right now, we could just do unlocked. Gigabytes matter. If you do not know the gigabytes, always just try to use the lowest. Just use the lowest, okay? If you don't know the gigabyte, just use the lowest or ask so you can figure out the information. But you'll be able to pretty much get a good idea even if you just use the lowest, right? So we're gonna do iPhone 30 Pro Max unlocked, 128 gigabytes. Was very I'm using my desktop, but what's very important when you're on eBay is you want to come down here to the sold items, right? We need to see items that are sold. These are the items that people actually have made deals on so that you can get an accurate
This is much more important. And
yeah,
a lot of people will be like, I've had people get in arguments with me, like, no, but look at this. This is what it says. It says it's sold for this much. I'm like, you're looking at what people have their items listed for.
exactly.
And there is a difference between being listed and what it actually sold for. And you're getting to see, look, literally it's telling you this sold March 2nd. So you're
Right.
seeing that sold today.
People are making money every day, you guys, phone flipping. Look at this. It's money to be made every single day.
And
So
if you see an item that hasn't been sold for a while, like if it shows you the last time it was sold was 3 months ago, then you know that means it's going to take a while to sell. And
exactly.
that's, you can use that for as negotiation leverage for sure.
That's a gem right there, you guys. That is a gem. I hope you guys heard that. Rewind that 10 seconds if you didn't hear that. Like pay attention to the I'm serious, like that is a gem because
For sure.
to the days, like pay attention to how many like iPhone 13 Pro Max, I'm seeing March 2nd, like everybody, it's a lot of them selling today. Oh my
Right.
God. Do not ignore this. This is like this is just an ad. Do not price your buys off this. So just kind of getting straight into it. We'll just use these two. Well, that's the same thing. We'll use this
Yeah,
and
just try to get an average too, and look at the low ones. See, okay, what's the lowest it's selling for? What is the highest it's selling for?
yep. So exactly like Eric said, we just want to just pretty much get an average of the phones, and that's just simple math as far as just adding up three different phones that you see. So trying to see something real quick. We'll just stick on March 2nd, right? So March 2nd, we see one sold for 450. Take your calculator out. And I'm just going to just get the average of three different phones. So I have 450. I go 450. I'm gonna add the 255 in there.
You
Maybe.
can look because it says parts only.
Okay.
So it's not it's like a iCloud locked or something or damaged.
Look at that, you guys. Parts only $255. Yeah, I better start phone flipping. I'm telling you, because that's an easy deal. I actually love those type of deals. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you give somebody $50 for that, they'll take it if it's a
Exactly,
destroyed phone.
especially when it's destroyed. But that's what we're saying. You could leverage eBay to try to figure out, okay, this phone is just for parts only. You can still see how much it's worth because it still may be something that you could buy for $50, especially if you don't have a lot of money getting started, and you can make over $100 in profit just because that person just don't know what to do with it nor
Right.
understand the value. This is how you could really grow your money, right? So we see something for iPhone 13 Pro Max 256 gigabytes for 475. Let's just add that in there for 75, right? And let's do one more. iPhone 13 Pro Max, 128 gigabytes unlocked, $449 plus $449. That gave me the total of 1,374. We just want to divide that by three, which pretty much gave me the average of $458. So we could pretty much say on eBay, iPhone 13 Pro Max unlocked is selling for on an average of $460. Now we have to figure out how much can we buy it for, right? So again, if you don't have the direct buyers list yet, if you haven't joined the group with me and got the fire sheet yet, you need to know, all right, cool, how much can you buy this for? eBay is going, this is very important. eBay is going to take a 12.55% fee, right? So what you want to do is you want to take that average and you want to multiply it by 12.55%, which means that eBay is going to pretty much take out $60. So we want to take our 460 minus $60. It's so crazy how accurate the direct buyer pricing in eBay is because we're pretty much going to, well, no, no, no. I'm sorry. I apologize. So that means that $400, right? So after eBay take out their fees, that means you're left with $400. So now we still got to figure out how much money we want to make. Let's say like $50, $60. That's always a good amount to start off with in profit. You don't ever want to be too greedy, but you also want to make sure you're paying yourself enough money depending on the situation. So we're going to do $60. So that means if you're planning on buying it locally, right? If you're planning on buying it locally and pretty much reselling it locally, you can buy it for anywhere between $350, maybe $400, to be honest.
I
And
will honestly though, these scroll down a little bit more. These prices seem a little bit crazy. Are these carrier locked? Because
uh,
I'll be honest, I feel like you could like a shop would be selling that iPhone 13 Pro Max for like $800.
we just
I will.
we just know that though. We just know that. It's
Yeah,
not going
that's
to be
true.
on here. We just know that. That's just relate. That's a whole nother video. You got. It's
It
called
really is.
relationships.
Like you could probably sell this phone on Facebook Marketplace for, I would say close to $600, probably like 550
That's
to
just a whole
600.
exactly. That's just a whole nother thing. Like because once you really start doing this, when like unlock 700. Once you really start doing this, you just know you done did so many deals, you didn't handle so many things.
Yep.
You just know, like you just know what people are going to buy it for. But to be on the safe side, we're showing you just the basics of it. Okay, right? Join the group me, and we can really help you out with that. So if you're really just trying to figure out how much to buy that phone for, you could buy it for $350. Buy it for $350, and you could sell it anywhere between $400 and $450 if it's carrier law, right? Or do we do unlock? Because that
I
is
think we did
pretty low.
unlock.
We did unlock. That is
There's a
pretty low
couple of them
point.
that say, but see how they all say read. So I'm like, are these blacklisted? Like a lot of them are coming from the same person.
Let's do some extra research real
'Cause
quick.
sometimes you will get a flood of like inaccurate stuff. And I think sometimes it can be like when somebody's selling off their own inventory.
Hmm.
So like to another person and it's like a private auction.
It's just what it is, man.
Hmm, interesting.
Relationships, you guys. Relationships is going to definitely be key. That's how you make the extra money. Like Eric's talking about 800. Like he just already knows. Like I can sell this for $800 to a shop and thing like that. And we're gonna definitely get you guys there, but we also want to make sure that you understand just the groundwork of it.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I definitely didn't start off doing that. Like over time, I've developed the network that I have.
Cool. Exactly, and that comes. But that's pretty much eBay, you guys.
Can we
Again,
show them one more thing?
yeah.
I don't know how much time.
On
Eco ATM.
oh, yes.
Show them what Eco ATM's paying,
Let's see what Eco ATM's paying. Hold
and
on.
then compare it to what I'm paying on the fire sheet. I do that all the time.
That is pretty cool. That is a very good gem.
There's a lot of people go to Eco ATM. There's a reason why those things exist.
I know. I was actually looking at one yesterday in Walmart. I was like, you just make money and do nothing.
Like, just go put your business card on it.
I know, right? I just want to hire somebody.
I'll pay you more.
I just want to just hire somebody just to sit there
Stop,
all day and
please.
like, yes, don't put your money in there yet. I pay more. So
Oh yeah, homeless people. You could use homeless people.
yes. Let's see.
Pay them like $20 a day to just hang out there and call you.
And they will do it.
I got a customer here. Here's a quote.
I got a customer here. He's got the 14 Pro Max. He's trying to put in an ATM machine. How much can we offer? Let's see. Let's see this iPhone 13 Pro Max. Let's see how much the Eco ATM machine is paying. And this is also, again, this is also just a quick way. If you're just starting now, you're just trying to just see if this is something for you. Let's see. Let's see first. Let's do unlock because that's what we've been doing. Yes. There's a part screen light up. Yes. No. Right. See how much they're paying. Wow, they're lowballing. But
What are they paying?
270.
Yeah, they're paying 275 and we're paying 350.
That's crazy.
So that's the big thing. It's like also because I look at these prices and I'm like, man, these seem so low, even like what things are selling for. But that's because I'm in a whole nother market. But it's like on the ground level, people are selling their phones for $275. There are people out there that are putting 13 Pro Maxes in there or taking them to GameStop and getting 275.
Yes.
And so like when you're making offers, you can be confident with the offers you're making. Because yes, somebody can go and sell it themselves for $500. Yes.
They're
They
not
can.
gonna do it.
They might not want to do it.
Don't
Some
want
people don't care about getting top dollar. They just want to do it quickly. You know, it's the same thing with cars, same thing with real estate. People will let you make a buck so that they don't have to deal with the hassle of scammers and people, you know, potentially trying to rob them. I've had my own customers that sell to me regularly. Like I had one woman who sold to me like 4 or 5 times. And then she decided one time she wanted to go and try and get more for it. And she tried to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. She showed up. The guy literally took her stuff and ran off. And she hit me up and she was like, I'm so sorry. Like I should have known better. And I'm like, yeah, that's why you should just don't ever go to anybody else but me. It's like, don't waste your time. So you are doing a service to people
How
out
much
there.
is direct
You are
buyer
providing
paying
a
for the
safe
13
service.
Pro Max? Because I know
I think it was
direct buyers are
470.
paying 470, you guys. Like that's what I'm saying. There's different levels to it. That's why we're here. We're not here to keep any information. We're not here to not
440 for
prove.
easy, but you know, it's like you could depending on like if it's GT IMEI, and that we'll get into stuff like that way down the road. But if that's like a guaranteed IMEI, you could get 500 for it.
And again,
So
just on a basic level for you guys that's just reaching out on the Facebook Marketplace trying to figure out how much something worth, this is still a good framework to go by because
it
all
is.
I would do is I would just tell them, okay, cool. If I'm on Facebook Marketplace, I see people buying the 30 Pro Max. I have no idea what to buy it for. Buy it for $300. Buy it for $300. And whatever profit you want to make, put it on top of that. And I promise you it's going to sell and you're going to be happy. You're going to be like, wow, this was probably the easiest way that I made money. So again, if you're not even somebody who's trying to do the eBay route, if you haven't joined a group me yet to get the fire sheet yet, and you just want to just try it out, it's still okay to come to here, see how much they're buying it for, put about $15, $20 on top of that, and then put your $50 to $60 in profit on top and resell it on Facebook Marketplace. Take some nice pictures, resell on Facebook Marketplace, and boom, your phone flipping. You're making money. Like, because they're definitely low ballers. So as long as you could be above them for sure. I wonder, we'll definitely get into that later for sure.
Yep.
But that was pretty
And
cool.
we do, just FYI, Vaughn had to take his son to the emergency room. He had allergic reaction, so he will not be able to get on.
Okay, cool. We'll definitely do it for the next one though, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
That's cool. But I feel like we covered a lot though today, actually. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
Just telling them
I agree.
about, direct buyers, the local sheet that you guys can make and Eco ATM machine. We
Hmm.
charge you 4 different ways of how you could price phones and how you can kind of get an idea
Yep.
of how to buy these phones so that you can actually make money and not lose your money.
Absolutely. Love it.
Yeah.
Pat
That's
on the back. Good job, sir.
it.
You're so good at this.
That was episode 2 of Phone Flipping for Dummies. Again, you guys, I just wanted to say go ahead and join the group me. You could check it out in the description. You can reach out to us on Facebook and things like that so you can interact with us more. All of that information is in the group me, and we're just looking to try to just build a awesome community to really of the world's best phone flippers. And we got a lot of surprises for you guys for those that are going to join, for those that are going to be in
Mhm.
a private group, because we will shut it down and it will not be free at some point. So
Yep.
right
Get in
now,
now.
go ahead and join while it's free. We'll be doing live Zoom calls on there for sure, get into even more detail, answering your questions. And again, like, comment, subscribe to this channel and support us if you're digging what we're doing so far.
Love it.
Cool.
Awesome, brother.
You got
Well, we'll
anything
see you
you
next
want to
time.
Cool. See you guys
We
next time.
covered it all. Peace.